everyone, welcome back to Think Constructive. I am Esha. From today I am going to start a series of session on Python, and this is for everyone, those who want to learn Python programming. Okay, so it is for school students, even for engineering students, for teachers, for software developers or software engineers, those who want to learn a new programming language. So because in this series of session I will be covering Python right from the beginning and will be covering all the core concept of Python. So it will be helpful for everyone. So no need to worry, and there is no prerequisite for that. All right, and every week I will try to get at least one session on Python for you. So keep yourself updated, and for that purpose that you should be updated, you should be subscribing to this channel so that whenever there is a new session you get notified for that. All right, so there is a subscribe button on your screen. Click on that and ring the notification bell so that you are always updated and you won't miss on anything. All right, okay, so let us start with the Python journey, and it's Python for all. So introduction of Python. So we will start right from the beginning of the Python fundamentals. So first of all, what is Python? Python is a programming language. I'll just tell you a brief about what is program. So program are the set of instructions or set of statements which will instruct the computer to perform certain tasks. Okay, so there are multiple or many programming languages which exist. Python is one of them, but Python is widely accepted and extremely popular among developers. Why? I'll tell you in a while. So Python is a programming language, we understood. And now Python is an object-oriented programming language. So when we will be covering Python advanced in detail, I'll tell you what all object-oriented means. I'll tell you the concepts and principles of object-oriented. For now, you should know that Python is object-oriented programming language. Who developed it? It was developed by Van Rossum in 1991. It is free open source language. All right, so if you want to use Python and develop your softwares, your programs, you need not to pay anything for that. Okay, it's totally free. So that is one reason why is it so popular. There are many more reasons. Okay, so we'll be covering that. It is a high level programming language. So what is high level programming language? It is the language which is written in simple English, or whenever we read Python statements or syntax, we'll see that just by reading that we can understand what exactly that statement is doing. All right. So for example, to print anything on the screen using Python language, we just use print statement. So as the name itself indicate, anyone can understand what this print statement is doing. It's going to print something, right? Print something on some output. So for now we understand on the computer screen. On the screen using Python, if I want to print something, I'll just use print statement and my job is done. All right. So high level programming language means the language which is written in the form of simple English statement. Okay. And one more beauty of Python is it is a cross-platform programming language. That means it runs on multiple platforms, be it Windows, Mac operating system, Linux, Unix, and many other. All right. So, and it runs on multiple platforms, that is fine. But in addition to that, if you write a program, let's say on Windows machine, and you want to run that program on Mac operating system or on Linux operating system, so it's very simple to do it. You need not to do any code changes for that. Just that you take your program, you write your program, let's say on Windows, and put it on Mac operating system, and your program will run. It will be executed. Okay, that is what is meant by cross-platform. So I hope this cross-platform programming language is clear. Cross-platform means Python program written in one operating system will run in any other operating system. Okay, so these are very, very important features of Python also. Okay, so we'll move from here and we'll talk about now why Python. As I told you, Python is extremely popular among developers. Why? Because it is very, very simple to learn. First point, easy to learn, very easy to learn, read and maintain. So, as I told you, Python is a high level language. So, its statements, its instructions are very simple, written in very simple English language. That means if I write print, anyone can understand what this print statement is doing. And also if you want to learn what the print statement is doing, it's simple, right? So in my subsequent lectures for Python, I will be showing you different statements and different things and different features of Python, and you will be realizing that how easy it is to really understand and learn the Python, because something which you will understand, you will absorb, you will grasp and you will learn, right? So it's easy to read and maintain also. Okay. Now it is having a vast standard library. So Python is having a vast standard library means when we talk about a standard library in terms of programming language, that means the library which is having a lot of reusable code already available. That means if I want to write a program, let's say for calculating or for generating a random number, I need not to write each and every logic for that. Rather, Python library is already providing me a already written code which will give me the random number generation. Okay. So I need not to write every piece of logic for that. Rather, the logic is already written and I just need to use that. Okay, so this is just one simple example I have taken, because as and when we will move forward learning the Python, I'll tell you many more examples and many more standard libraries which are available in Python and which will be very, very useful for any programmer. Okay. It is portable and compatible. Like we discussed, it is a cross-platform programming language, means the program written in one operating system can be easily used in another operating system. So it is portable and compatible, right? Interactive mode. So Python is having its own interpreter. So on the Python shell, you can just write the Python commands or Python statements and directly execute it there. So in my second lecture, I will be covering this particular point in more detail. Okay, so stay tuned. Extendable, right? So whatever is written in Python or whatever Python programs you are writing, you can use other programming language and embed things in that. Or the programs written in Python can be embedded in other programming language, right? And databases and scalability. So first thing, database. So Python programs can easily be connected with the databases. So database, just in a nutshell, I will tell you, a lot of data is being used in the software world nowadays. For example, let's say you are using Facebook. You are commenting on someone's post or you are posting something. People are commenting on that. What all is this? All these things are data. That means those data is stored somewhere or is going somewhere, right? So for that, databases management systems are in place. Okay, so in Python, why am I saying databases? That means Python is giving you the connectivity and different types of operations to be performed on the databases. So that kind of advanced functionalities are available in Python. And scalability means it's not that in Python program that you can just write simple basic program like sum of two numbers or multiplication of two numbers. definitely you can write that. But in addition to that, you can write much more bigger software and bigger enterprise programs also using Python. So it is widely used in enterprise applications, or from small to big, everywhere Python is being used. All right. So I hope with these features you can now think of why one should learn Python and why is it so popular. Applications. So now we will have a look on some of the applications of Python. So first application, web development, backend or server side applications. So web development is like you open any website, and website will give you all beautiful pictures or music, videos, or your study material, for example. But how is it happening? That means some kind of coding is being done to show you things beautifully on the website, and in the backside also there should be some code written which is doing some back functionalities or backend operations, right? So that backside functionality and operations code or software can be written using web development, and that is called backend or server side programming. Okay, so these are advanced concepts, but I'm just telling you the applications so that you can relate it where Python will be used or where it is being used and why you should be learning it. Okay, now artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is one of the great area where Python is very widely being used. And in artificial intelligence and in machine learning, there are extremely popular libraries. That means the already existing piece of logic for code or software are already existing in Python, and people are just writing their structural code or the core code and using those libraries. With the help of those libraries and the combination of the programmer code, the bigger application of artificial intelligence are being developed using Python. So I'm not saying that only using Python artificial intelligence is being developed. No, there are many other programming language, but yes, Python is one of them which is very widely being used in artificial intelligence. All right. Machine learning, as I was talking about, it is being used in AI, it is being used in machine learning. And the next application is automation software development. So for software development processes, to automate them, automation software development is done generally. And for building automation scripts also, Python programming language is extremely popular. Okay, so we'll move from here. Now we'll see the setting up for Python. So we'll see from where we can download it. Okay, so here is the download link, and the best place always to download any software is from its authentic official website. So in our case, it is this one, https www.python.org/downloads. So copy this link, okay, and you can download software from here. I'll just show you the demo also. What we generally do, if you are not looking for any specific release, then it is always suggested to download latest stable release, not generally the testing version, unless you really want to give it a try. Okay, and then downloads are available for Windows because Python is supporting this platform, Mac OS, Unix, Linux, and more. So many other platforms. Okay, so I'll just take you to this website first. So here is python.org/downloads. So here you can see, since I'm using Mac operating system, so it is directly showing me the latest version for Mac OS, this one. And also it is suggesting other operating systems also, such as Windows, Linux or Unix, and Mac OS, and others also if you want them. All right. So let's say in our case, I will just go to download Python 3.10. So I'll just click on it. It will download the, I'll just pause this download because I have already downloaded this thing. So download Python this, or if you are a Windows user, you can just go to the Windows link and download Windows. Generally it is 64-bit installer. So you can directly download Windows 64-bit installer from here. Okay. So I'll just pause this download also. Similarly, for Linux or Unix user, you can download from here. Okay. So here you can see I have already downloaded Python installer for Windows and Python installer for Mac OS. Okay, so Windows I will not be executing because I'm using Mac OS, but yeah, whichever you need, you can download that. Okay, so I will be just executing this Mac OS installer, and I will demonstrate you how you can install Python at your systems. Okay, so I'll just double click on this .pkg file and it will open the Python installer. Okay, so I'll just read all this and we'll say continue. So it is an introduction. So Python 3.10.4 for Mac OS will be installed. Okay, so here is a readme file. So if you want to refer, generally it is good idea to read. So I'll just say continue. It is a license, so I need to agree with the license. And if you want, you can just go ahead and read it. Continue. You can agree or disagree. If you will disagree, the software will not be installed at your machine. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and say agree. And now it is the installation step. So the moment I will click on install, the Python will start installing at my machine. So I'm not installing it because it is already installed at my system. I will show you show that thing to you in my terminal window right now. So for now I'm canceling this installation, but yes, that's how you can install. Similar procedure or process will be there for you to install Python for Windows machine. So there is no difference. What all you need to do is you need to just click on this exe file. This is the Windows installer. So the moment you will double click and start it, similar kind of installer will be open and you can install Python. Okay, so what you can do, if you are a Windows user, you can try installing Python, and if you face any challenges, put your questions in the comment box and I will try to reply as soon as possible. Okay, I don't think so you'll be facing any issues, but still, if you have any issues or any questions, please ask your questions in the comment section. All right. Okay, so since Python is already installed for me, I will show you that thing from the terminal window. Here is my terminal window. Since we are using Python 3, so command is Python 3 and I will just say enter. It will take me to the Python 3 prompt. Okay, so this 3 brackets you can notice here are the prompt for Python. So Python is already installed. Okay, so I'll just exit from here. Sorry, it is exit method. All right, so that's how you can set up and install Python on your machine. Okay, any questions, please ask in the comment section. All right, so we'll move from here. So we'll now talk about Python editors. Editors are generally the software or the area where you can write your programs. So for Python, there are many editors already available. I will just show you some of the very popular and widely used editors. One is IDLE. So IDLE comes integrated with Python. So the moment you install Python on your machine, you will by default get this IDLE editor. Okay, it is bundled with Python. Then you have Thorny, PyCharm. PyCharm is JetBrains product, but again it is free. Its community edition, rather I should say, is free. Then you have Anaconda, widely used in generally artificial intelligence or machine learning projects. Python for VS Code, so that is another editor, very friendly and very simple editor. And then we have PyDev. So there are many more editors, but yeah, these are some of the editors which are very widely used and very popular among Python developers. All right. So to summarize today's session, what all we have covered today: introduction of Python. So what is Python? I hope you all now understand. Why do we use Python, or why is it so popular among developers? Then applications, there are many more applications, uh, but we discuss some of the most popular applications of Python. Then we discuss setting up, download and installation for Python, specifically for Mac and Windows. I showed you how you can do it. So similarly for Linux and Unix. But if you have any doubts, any questions, please ask in the comment section. And then we discuss some of the popular editors of Python. So in my next Python lecture, I will be talking about the first basic editor which comes with the Python bundle, that is IDLE. I will demonstrate both the modes of IDLE and will give you some basic program examples on that. Okay, so stay connected, stay tuned, then only you will be able to, remain updated and will be able to follow with me all the Python lectures. So we have reached till here. Thank you very much. So I hope to see you in my next session, that will be on editor IDLE. Thank you everyone for watching this session. I hope to catch you in another session. The second session on Python will be on Python editor, specifically IDLE editor, which comes bundled with Python. So I will be covering all the basics of IDLE with the demonstration on that. So stay tuned. Hope to see you in my next session. And to remain updated, subscribe and ring the notification bell. And if you like the lectures, hit the like button and leave your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you once again. Bye for now. Bye-bye.